Crochet Patrick Starfish Baby.
Yes.
Patrick Star as in Patrick Star, or like Patrick Star as in like Patrick Star? Or like, I mean, they're both Patrick Star.
No, Patrick Star.
Patrick Star. Okay. Patrick Star. Crochet Patrick Starfish Baby.
Mm-hmm. Crochet
Patrick Starfish Baby.
Or would it be Crochet Patrick Starfish Baby?
Crochet Patrick Starfish Baby? I feel like it would be both. The drinking receptacle is back. Ronnie, hold up your drinking receptacle. Wow. That's my sister's she got it during nursing school, and then she stopped using it. She left it at home. Now she has her nice, beautiful Owalas.
I love this one, Ashley.
It used to have a little Grey's Anatomy quote on it. I was like, it's a good day to save lives. Yeah. It was like a little decal sticker, a vinyl decal sticker. Those are great. We love those.
Love by
love. You know, actually, maybe let's not give him a platform. He ruined the show. It was a good show. I'm sure it still is a good show. I heard that people don't think that about the current season, but we can only hope for the best.
I heard it was good when he was in it.
I mean, he's in all of the seasons. He's one of the main characters.
Yeah, so yeah, I've heard that he's really good.
He is. And that really sucks, because he sucks.
Yeah.
The rest of the cast is really cool.
Love.
That's hard, though, like, because I really struggled to get back into watching the show after seeing him being him.
You know, it's fair.
Okay, for context, because this might not make sense to anyone who doesn't know who we're talking about, Aidan Gallagher. Yeah, he sucks. He's a horrible person. Anyways. He ruined the show. The Umbrella Academy. If he didn't be himself, then he wouldn't ruin the show. If he wasn't weird.
If he wasn't a little strange, a little weird.
Because he's a good actor. Like, I'll hand it to him. He's a really good actor. But I don't like what he does when he just, like, exists. Like, I feel like his existence needs much more regulation. I think that would be better for the world.
Fair.
Oh, also, for everyone watching, I mean for everyone listening as well, if you didn't already notice, we're intentionally wearing some kind of graphic tee in combination with some kind of pants. Pajama pants. Red flannel pajama pants.
Red flannel.
Pajama pants.
Thank you.
Yeah. I didn't really have any specific scheming for the outfits otherwise. Oh, also my blanket hoodie cozy that I got from Nate and Ronnie.
Nate.
Well, it's the thought that counts too. It's this thing behind me, but I'm not wearing it because I didn't want to get too warm. I was cold enough earlier. I almost wore it, but
wow.
Yeah. But I got worried that I would get too warm because I switched to pajama pants instead of my shorts.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, what's happened since we have last recorded?
Honestly, I don't.
Everything. When did we last record? Oh my god. We've had to use up all of my episode banks. My extra episode logs to stay afloat recently. It's been so hard to be able to record. We've just been so busy doing absolutely everything. I know we're still on track in terms of releasing though, so haha. But man, it has been so long since we have last recorded, but a few weeks at least. Like, and then we went, yeah, and then what is it? We were at Disney.
Yeah, for my nephew's
birthday. Yeah. There were a few other babies as well.
My other nephew.
He was really shy when it came to the really big characters.
Yeah. He's silly.
Goofy's Kitchen was good. That was the first time that I've gone.
Really expensive.
Oh, quite expensive. But I will say the food makes it pretty worth it. I don't think it hurts. And you can take the
Yeah.
pictures and stuff. And then you get the complimentary pictures and whatnot. I feel like that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Disney was Disney, as usual. I mean, that we were really downplaying it. But I mean, also, Ronnie is from close enough that Disney is basically Six Flags for him. For me, it's a lot less like Six Flags.
I've gone to Disneyland so much.
Yeah.
I used to be an annual pass holder when I was in like high school.
But that makes sense. When you're this close, it is pretty much just it's pretty much just like a Six Flags for you.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing. That's just the thing.
I like Knott's Berry Farm though, but
Yeah,
Brandon
we still have to go to
been.
Knott's Berry Farm.
Brandon hasn't been to Knott's Berry Farm, so
How much is admission?
like $60.
$60? I thought it was 40. Or is it 40 for pass holders?
I think it's I don't know.
Didn't you go recently? Do you not remember how much
It
you
was
paid?
like $60. I paid $60.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, we'll be doing this very soon because I really wanted to go and I want to go on big rides that make my stomach drop. Which ones are the ones that are really big and too scary for you to go on? Because we'll go on them.
You'll go on them.
We'll go on them.
Accelerator.
Accelerator. That
You'll
sounds
go
like
on
fun.
them.
We'll go on that one. We'll go. We will.
You
We
You
will
will.
together.
You will.
Uh-huh.
By yourself.
Anyways.
You will with is.
You just don't want to hang out.
I live right there, by the way.
You just don't want to hang out.
You got me.
That's just it.
He got me, guys.
That's like
guilty.
That's like whenever I actually have something to do here and you have to go out. And then you're just like, okay, I'm going to do this thing. And then I'm like, okay. And then I don't start getting ready. And you're just like, why aren't you getting ready? Like, aren't you going to come? And I'm like, no, I have something to do.
And I just get really disappointed.
And then you're just like... And then you start to like feel weird for the rest of the day. You're just like, ugh, guys, why didn't you go with me? The thing is, I'm exactly the same way. So it's fine.
Yeah, we balance each other out.
We balance each other out.
Okay.
So
See how I don't matter to him? Wow.
That's not
for everyone
true.
For the listeners, he left me hanging when I tried to give him a high five right now. So
yeah. And I'll do it again.
Wow. This is the world we live in, guys.
What world?
I don't know. Society.
This world.
Society.
What world? Society.
Yep.
What do you
mean?
When you nod your head yes, and you wanna say no, what do you mean? Dun, 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 dun.
I know that song so much.
You know, I know that song so
like
much.
I literally, because I tried to like not. I really wasn't interested in Justin Bieber, but I knew all of his songs because my cousin was a believer, and I listened to 102.7 Kiss FM religiously.
Oh. Okay. So Oreo, little doggy, she just she stomped in and she peeked her head around the corner.
She might have to use the restroom.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Hold on. Is she no, she's not about to use the restroom. She's looking for food. Hold on. She's looking for food. She's just rummaging. Oreo likes to make us feel bad. She jumps out, and then she runs over to her food bowl, and then she just licks the empty food bowl and water bowl. What is she gonna do? It looks like she's gonna use the restroom. So, yeah, she started smelling her pee pad. For those who didn't really hear that, or yeah, because you can't see that because they didn't turn the camera. That's totally on me. Anyways, I was just like overloaded with processing things right now. I'm going to give us a nice little pause right now, and we will be back very soon. See you soon. Love you. Bye. Oreo has been taken out. We Ronnie caught her right before she needed to pee. Ronnie, like, threw her onto the grass, and she peed. Not actually threw, but, like, dropped her, and she pissed immediately. Mm-hmm. So, okay, she just went, so, Oreo chew.
She's 15. As a reminder, so...
She's, like, constantly doing the splits.
Don't say anything about my dog. Thank you.
It's not a bad thing, though. She's constantly doing the splits.
No, but she is.
And she got shoulders, for real.
No, she's built.
She got gorilla arms.
I'm scared of her.
And she's fast. I took out the food earlier. I was like, Oreo, food. And then I started running from her. Oh, my God. Girl can move.
She's fast.
If there's one thing that she can do, it's really, like,
she
genuinely, truly
fast.
move.
No,
she's
like...
really fast. She's scary. Because when she finishes the food, she just continues to lick the bowl. She's doing it right now. She's going to start looking underneath the couch.
Like, girl, be serious.
She eats like we do everything in our power to make sure that she is malnourished. Yeah. Like, we pour water for her, and she acts like she has just survived a year without rain.
It's like a year without rain.
Thank you for the grins. Thank you for the grins. Welcome.
Welcome to the villa.
To the villa.
Welcome
for the
to
grins.
Villa. I've literally never watched Love Island.
You haven't?
No.
It's worth the watch. It's really interesting because they're just such superficial people.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Some of them aren't, but those are really rare. They usually pick the super superficial people.
But I heard that UK is better than the US version.
UK is much better than the US version. Okay. Yes. Sorry, I did not mean to make a face, but she was just like, she was moving like she was on a mission to get something, and I was like, what does she see? Oh, she always stares at us like she's doing something so bad and she's gonna fucking kill us. Like, she looks like she's so scary.
She is scary. Oh my God, I was putting lotion on my arm.
Yeah.
And I was like, ow, like, why does it burn? I forgot that I was, like, in the sun all day on Saturday, and I didn't use sunscreen, so...
So you got a sunburn and you just didn't realize it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Dang.
It's okay, though.
Show your darkness. Yes. Melanin. Melanin.
Yeah.
So...
The stark difference on my leg is really funny, though.
Yeah, my watch tan's coming back, but it's not really as apparent yet. But I know that you can definitely see it just a little bit. But the exposure is really not helping me out right now. Watch tan, watch tan. It looks like I'm showing you nothing. This is like when Nikki Tutorials was like, guys, new hair reveal in 3, 2, 1. Ah! Oh my God. I love it. Do you?
The same.
It's the same fucking thing.
It's the same.
She disappeared. I'm scared of Oreo. I don't trust her. I think this is what she does every night when we close the doors and go to bed. So I feel like I'm just going to give up on being worried about her right now.
Yeah.
So, hello again, my frisky friends, and welcome back to another episode of Rambling about things I read on Reddit. I wish I wasn't packing up my stuff from the place that I learned to love you. I wish I had never given up on all the compositions of our tunes. Now I'm sleeping until 4 p.m. Hey, so Oreo is being mysterious and Ronnie went to check. Ronnie is oh, damn, not you wagging the microphone.
Sorry guys. She's licking the floor.
Okay, Oreo's licking the floor as always. She rummages for crumbs after we move in the kitchen in any way, shape, or form, because she's just like, there's food. Oh my God, she's coming back.
She's already a little fat girl.
Oh, she's so scary. Oh my God. Okay. Well, I'm your host, Brandon Amore.
And I'm your co-host, Runny Red.
As I'm writing this, which obviously not right now, but I'm reading this from the perspective of me writing it earlier. as I'm writing this, I'm listening to Yuck by Charlie XCX on repeat, and I love being able to do that. So, anyways, welcome back. Hello. How have you all been? What music have you been listening to? Also, sorry if this hasn't been clear, but I would also like to ask you these questions, Ronnie. I understand that we live together, but you have to update our loyal patrons. So, how have you been, and what music have you been listening to? These are our icebreaker questions of the day.
What have I been listening to? I feel like I've been
also,
listening...
how have you been?
Yep. Good. Yes.
Most lackluster answer ever.
I'm good. I'm great. Been good. Been busy. Honestly, just been really busy.
Most influencer ass, like,
media trained.
ambiguous media trained answer ever. Speak.
I've just been busy. I was in Newport Beach all weekend.
Okay.
It was really expensive. I did not like that.
That makes sense for Newport.
No, yeah.
Were the crowds fun at all, or were you just happy that you were around people that you knew?
It was... I just don't think it was my crowd, but I had fun with the people that were there.
Yep,
that
that's
I went
usually
with.
how it is for us in Newport in general. So I feel
Well, because we went to this one club that we thought was just like a bar, and no matter where you stood, there was security telling you couldn't stand there. So we just kept walking in a circle.
Interesting. So you were in it was like a merry-go-round. Oh,
Yeah,
did not
it was-
mean to click the whole thing into the microphone right now. Sorry,
Yeah.
everyone.
So, listening to...
Crazy by La Seraphim.
Yeah. It's interesting, crazy.
Da,
Da 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 da. Act like an angel, just that crazy. Da 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 da. All the girls are galling, galling. All the girls are galling, galling. All the girls are galling, galling. All the galley gals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I feel like I've just been listening so much. Like I just keep wanting to listen to Sabrina Carpenter's album every single day.
Yeah, I think
just,
we
like-
talked. I feel like we talked about this last time, but and we needed to say that people were like rating Sabrina Carpenter's album in a mediocre way. Anthony
Not
Fantano,
real.
and other people, but just in general, I think Pitchfork as well. But it's like the ratings should not be that low. People act like she hasn't been growing, and she doesn't have her own sense of style, and like has not established herself. I feel like she's done a great job of doing that.
Right?
In her own way, too.
I agree.
Because it's like all of the other, especially specifically white women that have done that, were doing it in ways that were just kind of stealing from other people of color instead of like creating something that is entirely their own.
I love you, Sabrina Carpenter.
I love when a white woman wants to be
A
a white woman. Yes, guys.
Nothing makes me
This is what
happier.
we mean when we say that it's not a bad thing to stay in your own lane.
Yeah.
Because what is the need to try and be when you are not?
Exactly.
What is the need to be when you are not?
And that's the quote of the day.
That's the quote of the day. That's the inspirational quote of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yuck by Charlie XCX, though. That was my jam last summer for real, so I get it.
And Ronnie had been playing it, and I was like, this one is just one that I need to add to my playlist because I like it a lot. It's really nice.
Real. That's fair.
Oh, also for Disney, we need to give updates on the rides. Matterhorn, as always, never open.
My
You can
dad was...
try.
I felt bad because my dad was really excited to go on that ride.
I know, it was really cute. He wanted to go on that ride so bad.
He wanted to go on it so bad. Like, he was, like, fucking running towards
He was
it, but
rushing past us. It was insane.
I was like, all right, we're going. He's like, well, you're not going to go. I'm going to go. Okay.
Okay, shit. Okay, God.
Like, and then we were, like, we were only maybe, like, 10 people back, probably, from, like, to get onto the ride, right? Something like that.
We were in the second to last row of our section of the lines for the ride.
Yeah.
But which
close to
really
the
meant
part
we
where
were
you-
like 10 people or less about like really right about to get on the ride.
Yeah. And then what happened? They closed the ride.
As always, they closed the ride right before we got on.
Right before we got on. And I was just like, damn.
But
Well,
what
that's
else are we
disappointing.
supposed to expect from Matterhorn?
I know. We should have went on Autotopia. Love that one.
Autopia?
Okay, well, that's what I call it.
What? Yeah. That doesn't mean that... Autotopia? Autopia.
Autotopia.
Autopia. You're like, it feels like it's missing a syllable
I
now.
like it.
I feel like
It's
missing a
Autotopia to
syllable.
me.
Okay.
In Rani language, it is.
In Rani language, that
It's
applies.
Autotopia.
The same way that for some British people, it's aluminium and not aluminum.
Yeah.
Like, ew. No. Basically. But
This has
yeah.
been happening a lot, guys. Like, we have been saying things.
I have been infected with Ronnie.
You say it like a bad thing.
I'm scared.
But yeah, it's been happening a lot. It's kind of scary, where we just like say the same thing at the same time.
Yeah. And it's weird. And we do it in front of people all the time, and they're just like, you guys are so funny. And I know everyone perceives us as one unit. And it's so crazy.
How many of us are scared?
I know, like, people see us and they get so scared of the collective that we approach.
Yes. Wow,
with.
that was beautiful. Yes.
The collective
collective
is a unit.
A German collective.
We are das Sound Machine. A German collective of...
I don't know. A German collective. That's what they are, though.
That has Flula Borg, that one really beautiful lady.
That one she is.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
That one beatboxing dude from Vine. And yeah.
That one beatboxing dude from Vine is real.
Yeah. Okay, well, this week I wanted to acknowledge that according to Charlie XCX, we have left Brat Summer, which only means that we have officially started Brat Autumn. If you didn't get any of the Brat stuff from Dress to Impress, you missed out so bad, and I am so sorry for your loss. It was free. That's on you. Also, there's apparently a new... Is it true that there's a new Charlie XCX release that's supposed to happen during autumn, or is that just a meme?
The Remixes album is going to be released in October.
Yeah. So it's literally Brat Autumn.
And also she's on tour with Troy right now.
Yeah.
Until
it's Brat Autumn.
Throughout October too. And
like
stuff.
she said that it was over, but she was just talking about specifically the season.
Mm-hmm.
Because that season, because it's Brat Autumn now. It doesn't have to be just Brat Summer.
Exactly.
And Ronnie was just doing the can't wait to meet you, so join the animatronic family hands. Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
That's on you for doing that on camera.
I didn't mean to do it.
You can see yourself.
I know. Well, I
So.
try not... Okay, well, yeah.
I try not to... Well, yeah, okay. Anyways. So... Let's get to some scary shit. I felt like starting us off with a graveyard story from our favorite online resource for ominous things, Reddit. Anyways, who is ready?
Not me.
Ronnie's not ready, but I'm ready to ruin Ronnie's day. But I made sure that this one wasn't too long, so you didn't have to sit in the horror for too long, I guess.
Okay.
I'm not sure you'll like it, though.
I probably won't.
Okay. But I wanted to make sure it was a true scary story. So this was posted in r/true scary stories 15 days ago by necessary-lab-3624 graveyard stories.
I like the little...
The little ghost.
Okay, Snapchat ghost.
Okay, Snapchat ghost. Are we ready?
No.
You're not ready. Do you want to take a sip first? We're going to take a sip first.
Okay.
Sip first.
Guys.
Sip first. Okay, well. Let me give it quickies. Ooh. We took our sips. That was good. That was great. That was wonderful. I'm a graveyard nerd.
Sorry.
It's quiet there, and with beautiful landscaping. A great place to take reflective walks. And so one day it was very hot, and I wanted to sit down. The closest thing besides the ground was a crypt that sat alone in the fork of one of the paths. I very respectfully said, "Please, may I sit here and rest a while?" as I climbed on top. Almost immediately, I felt 2 knocks underneath me. I told myself, it's my imagination.
Just my imagination.
2 more knocks, I say out loud. I mean you no disrespect. Knock twice, if you just want me to leave. It hesitated, then 2 distinct, hard knocks hit me, right on the bum where I sat. I said, okay, I'm going. Ooh.
Okay.
So, basically, in general, whether or not you ask, don't sit on someone's grave.
Yeah, why? I don't... I feel like you shouldn't have to say that. But it's crazy that you have to.
Especially you being a graveyard nerd, why would you do that? You should be a better graveyard nerd. Be more empathetic as a graveyard nerd.
No.
More empathy from graveyard nerds is necessary.
So, just saying.
Another time, I went near dark. I walked through the children's section many times. I've seen the toys people have placed on the children's graves. Some of them look 50 plus years old. This night, I didn't just walk past them. I stopped and thanked them all for coming here and trying to fulfill their destiny in some way, and told them I'm sorry it was cut short. That's sweet. That's nice to just do. As soon as I said rest in peace, one of those old decrepit toys began to flash little lights and play music. My SO noped all the way my significant other noped all the way to the car, so sprinted. I actually stayed and tried to talk, but nothing else happened. Okay, don't stay and try to talk.
I would just be like, okay, that's my sign to go.
No, like, these things are giving you signs to go. They're saying, like, I mean, I understand that they're communicating, but also it's just like, when it's something scary like that, I would leave. If a spirit feels the need to interact with you, I feel like that's a serious problem.
Yeah, just go.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like there are many good reasons for a spirit to interact with you unless you're, like, I don't know, trying to speak with an old family member.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Okay, next one. And last one. I went to a different graveyard this time. Ooh, why are you going on graveyard tours? They're not asking to see you.
I personally don't understand. I mean, like, I understand why people... Like, I don't understand why people just, like, go to graveyards just to go to graveyards, personally.
Yeah.
I've never really understood that. But I don't know.
If you're there for someone else, it's fair.
No, yeah, obviously. But, like, I don't know. To each their own, I guess.
I hope. I went to a different graveyard this time. An old Moravian graveyard with graves as far back as the 1500s, maybe earlier, but I couldn't read them all. This graveyard was huge, or has huge hills with mausoleums tucked into the hills. I like to sit on top of one and look out over the whole place. Don't do that. That's just rude. Very serene. I mean, yeah, it should be serene. But they should hopefully be resting in peace, and you're disturbing the peace. This day I sat up there and watched a fox spinning in circles way down at the bottom of the hill. He acted confused, like he had rabies. I wasn't going to move until he left, so I waited. A woman came from I didn't even know where because I could see the whole place. She walked towards a grave near where the fox was spinning around. I got worried for her and stood up to scream down to her that there was a rabid fox and to run away, but when I stood up, she wasn't there anymore. I waited for the fox to show itself again, but it was gone too, just like that. gone. I very cautiously climbed down, went down the hill to where I saw all of this happen. No woman, no fox. Nothing but quiet graves and beautiful flowers.
Oh, I'll be killed.
I mean, if there's one place where I feel like you would see something,
It would be a graveyard.
it would be a graveyard.
It'd be a cemetery, if anything.
Like, it's nice to visit it with, like, good intentions. Like the people that go and volunteer just to clean the graves.
Mm-hmm.
That's totally fine. Like, we need more types of people that would just do that. But if you're just obsessed with being in graveyards and doing things like sitting on fucking families' mausoleums and shit, just don't do that.
No, yeah.
Like, you're not welcome to do that. It's not a park. It's not a public park.
No, it's like, those are people. BT dubs. So let's just keep that in mind.
There's, I don't know. That's just weird.
Yeah.
Find other hobbies. I appreciate you telling us these stories, but, like, find other hobbies. I kind of just found most of this stuff to be rude.
Real. And that's fair enough.
Yeah. But we're gonna move on to the next one. So, what is a scary episode without mentioning a haunted mansion?
Ooh,
I hope Ronnie likes this
I'm
one.
scared.
You should be.
No, don't.
You're like, this looks scary. This looks scary. This one is again posted in r/true scary stories, and it was posted 8 months ago by OK-living-4910. I work in a haunted mansion. Literally.
Okay.
I am a behavioral health technician. I got a new job back in September at what's considered a luxury drug and alcohol rehab facility. The facility is a huge mansion that on the outside looks like a mix of the Banks Bel Air mansion on Fresh Prince or a mini White House.
Okay. Wow.
Damn. It's 3 levels. It has 13 rooms that all have private bathrooms with jacuzzi tubs.
Bruh.
There's a gym, 3 living rooms, a huge commercial kitchen, a ballroom/yoga studio, a doctor's office, a huge garden, and an elevator.
Wow.
My first week, I had 2 clients tell me it's haunted, and I laughed it off. My schedule is 11 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., so a majority of the time, all the clients are asleep, and it's just me and a nurse in this huge, huge house. God. It's quiet. My office is on the 2nd floor, nurse's office, along with the kitchen and huge pantry are on the 1st floor. Okay. We need new punctuation, but this is fine. And the pantry is locked at all times. The nurse also has the key for that. A couple weeks ago, the nurse came stomping up the stairs yelling at me saying I scared her hiding in the pantry. Hello? Hiding in the pantry? I'm lost because I hadn't left my office.
Okay.
And when I tell her that, she goes pale and she's just like, you weren't just in the pantry, and yelled knock knock. Oh, what the fuck? Nothing should be in the pantry, first of all, and then nothing should be screaming knock knock from inside of the pantry at you.
Got it. Okay.
I say no. How could I have been doing that when you have the key? She walks out. 10 minutes later, she hears, like, I hear her, this is being from the perspective of the person, talking. So I go down to her office, and she's down on her knees praying in Punjabi. Oh my God, that's not a good sign. If someone is praying, they're worried, and you should be worried too.
Oh, I don't like that.
At 6 a.m., the chef and handyman clock in, and they asked how our night was, and I jokingly say that Casper scared the nurse in the pantry, and the chef says, "Ooh, that's Kay if it was in the pantry." Who's Kay?
Okay.
And I'm like, what the fuck? He then goes on to say that he's worked there for 15 years, and it used to be a retirement home, so lots of the residents passed away there. He named off certain residents and where their ghosts have been seen, saying they've always been kind, not malicious. Oh, thank God.
Okay, good.
Nurse J put in her 2-week notice and is no longer here. I hear footsteps, lights often flicker, and the fireplaces randomly come on, but I haven't had anything actually speak to me like Nurse J, though. My pay is significantly higher than average, and my supervisor says it's because he can't keep the nocturnal shift staffed. I think it's because it's haunted, and my pay is too good to scare me away.
Honestly, well, I understand why people wouldn't want to do that, because I personally... Yeah. I would also put him at 2 weeks notice.
It would be nice to work in a mansion, but I would only like working in a mansion if it was like a nice, like a very, very modern mansion. Because if it's like a nice classical mansion, that's cool and all, but I don't want to be there.
Yeah, no. Absolutely not.
Because I'm convinced that I'm going to see something in the corner.
I don't like that.
Something like looking from behind the walls into the door frames.
I hate that. I hate that. Oh, stop. I literally hate that. I hate that so bad.
It's scary.
I know, it's really scary. Oh, God. It really gives me shivers down my spine. Oh.
Yeah, thinking of something peeking out behind a wall or from...
Oh my God,
a door
like,
frame, it's so scary. It's so scary.
Oh
Especially because it feels like those kinds of things are always going to be like looking at you and smiling.
Stop, don't say that.
Like they look, yeah. Anyways,
really scary.
Something about those are just really scary to me.
Oh my God.
Another place that I think people hate, especially in the context of horror, would be hospitals.
Okay.
And further than that, anything medical. So... Let's see. I want to bring this one in. Ronnie seems scared.
Guys,
do you think Ronnie's scared? This one was also from r/True Scary Stories by Sniffin' Lippy.
These are not real.
These are not real. Ronnie's using this to cope. These are not real.
These are not real.
So this is retired paramedic story time. Okay. I should write a book about my paramedic days. I posted this in a different subreddit, and I had quite the response. I thought I'd share it here. So, here it is. 1 second, I need to burp.
LOL, that's so real. I understand.
Retired paramedic here. Had a call on a very desolate stretch of road for a car sitting in the middle of the road, covered in blood. Of course, it has to happen at 2 a.m., just like every horror story. We arrive on the scene and find a new Camaro sitting in the middle of the road that had obviously been in an accident. The problem is, there's absolutely nothing else around the car. No persons, no other vehicles, nothing. Part of my job, then, was a tactical paramedic for our sheriff's department. Sounds all exciting and high speed / low drag. Nope, not as a medic. I got paid to wait for stuff to happen and sit in the rear with the gear. This being said, my paramedic partner and I both had pistols in the ambulance. Okay. Interesting. I mean, interesting and fair.
Makes sense.
As we start approaching the Camaro, my partner is shining a light around when he says really low, hushed, and rushed, back, now. He says, I shined my light in the car and there were intestines wrapped around the gear shifter and a lung in the back seat. So we kind of freak out, call dispatch, and let them know what's happening, and we are in the process of getting out of there till the cops show up when we see a figure appear walking down the road towards us. As he gets closer, we see he is covered in blood and gore. We both throw on our tactical vests, helmets, snatch our pistols, as I sound like a frightened Home Alone 9-year-old on the radio to dispatch.
No, I would be too. I would literally be losing my mind right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We approach and start screaming at him to get on the ground, which he does. After everyone's heart rate is below 200 BPM, we start talking and figure out what happened. This guy had purchased a brand new Camaro and drove it to the desolate stretch of road to open it up. He said 1 minute he is shifting gears, and the next thing he knows, his car is all over the road, and his mouth was full of blood, and it seemed like an explosion had went off. Okay. I start looking his injuries over and can't see anything major, and ask about the passenger in his car. He said, "What passenger?" My partner says, "There's a lung in your back seat." Dude goes straight into mental overload and can't come up with anything, so I'm thinking he's hurt. Get him in the ambulance. Police are 5 minutes away. We potentially have another victim out there. I have to go look by myself.
Oh, God, no.
I walk through the crash scene, look in the car, and sure enough, intestines wrapped around the gear shifter, lung in the back seat. Looks like parts of a liver. Looks like a hand grenade went off inside the car. I walk around the other side of the car and see a faint blood smear / stain on the road. Walk to it, see something else further down the road, so I keep walking towards it.
Oh.
I finally see something on the side of the road and run up to it, honestly completely freaked out and scared to death about the body I was about to see, and the dude had hit a deer.
And thank God.
Who just let out the biggest sigh right now? Fuck. But also, it seemed like a grenade went off. Anyways, what happened is when he was winding the car out, state police estimated him well over 100 miles an hour. A deer jumped into the car's pathway and hit the top corner of the windshield with its stomach. When the windshield crashed, it created a negative vacuum in the car, sucking almost all of the deer's organs out into his car and all over him. I had the fire department decontaminate him, wrapped him in some blankets, and took him to the hospital. For many, many years after, my wonderful 911 dispatchers happily played the recording for anyone who wished to hear it.
Jesus.
That's scary as fuck. Because if I showed up to that and I didn't see the deer and it took me that long to like actually see the deer, man, I would have just if I saw organs and that much blood, I think I would just like pass out.
No, right? Like, I'm good. No, yeah, I'm good.
I see a big cut on someone and it makes me pass out. Not in movies. In real life. It has to be in real life for it to really affect me. Because in movies, I'm just like, ooh, whoa, ooh. But like in real life, I'm just like,
absolutely
I need to sit down. I need to lie down right now. And that's exactly what I do. And it helps me.
Yeah.
And it helps me. So.
And as long as it helps. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would also be really scared. He is so brave for being able to walk down the road by himself.
No, I know.
I would not be able to do that.
That's a big, large, brave accomplishment right there.
I would not be able to do that at all.
Like you follow the trail of blood?
No, I would be scared. So scared.
Like, I appreciate that these people work so hard to save other people's lives, but damn, you also got to be so fearless because I would not want to approach. I would not want to engage. Do not engage, do not engage, do not engage.
No, like literally be like...
That's how I talk to Ronnie when we're playing Fortnite. I don't want to... I can't imagine what people have to feel like when they say do not engage in real life.
Yeah. So... How many of us were scared? And how many of us were scared? Guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So... Oh. That's a big one.
Okay.
Who's ready?
Me.
This one is scary. This one is scary for other reasons.
Okay.
This one is again in r/True Scary Stories, posted by Geek Dad NSC, the monster that married my mom. Oh, this is T. Okay. This is a story that happened when I was very young. It started around the time I was 5, back in the 80s, and was the beginning of the worst 5 years of my life. I was a teenage unplanned pregnancy, so my mom was a single mom for the first few years of my life. It wasn't too bad though. My mom and I were not alone. We lived with my mom's parents, so my grandparents. My mom's younger sister was also still living at home. We were safe and happy. Then my mom met a guy. Let's call him Joe for privacy purposes. Joe seemed like a dream come true. He was so nice to me and my mom. He took us places and bought us gifts. It was awesome. And when he proposed, my mom and I were both happy. They got married and my mom thought we would now be a happy family. We didn't know how wrong we were. It started off great at first. We had left my grandparents and moved into a home together. We had some really, really good times, but things took a turn for the worse after the first few months. Joe had a really bad temper, and it would come out when my mom or I would upset him. He would yell, throw things, and break stuff. Then he started hitting my mom and me. He would punch and kick us. He got worse and worse. He started beating me up to get back at my mom. Oh, God.
What the hell?
You disgusting asshole. It was a nightmare for 3 years. My mom was too scared to leave him or tell on him. I was too small when I told people, so they thought I was lying because I wanted to go back to my grandparents' house. The weirdest thing was, Joe was a lot like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Who?
Who? Jekyll and Hyde. Look up Jekyll and Hyde so that you know who Jekyll and Hyde are.
One moment, guys.
Okay, I'll continue reading and then you'll tell me when to stop once you find it. We had some really good times, vacations, holidays, and more. When he was nice, it was amazing. When his other side came out, it was hell. We did finally have something good and bad happen. My mom was pregnant. She was happy to be a mom again, and I was excited to be a big brother. It was also bad, though, because we were further tied to Joe, and who knew what he would do to the baby. For the audience who might not know, tell us.
Shoot. Okay, hold on, guys. This is a summary.
Ronnie.
I know.
Come on.
Sorry, guys. Okay. The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is an 1886 gothic horror novella by Robert Louis Stevenson. The story is about Gabriel John Utterson, a lawyer in London who investigates a series of strange occurrences between his old friend, Dr. Henry Jekyll, and the criminal named Edward Hyde. The twist is that the seemingly respectable Dr. Jekyll and the criminal Mr. Edward Hyde are actually the same person.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
She was happy to be a mom again, and I was excited to be a big brother. It was also bad, though, because we were further tied to Joe, and who knew what he would do to the baby. When my baby brother was born, things were good for a while. We were pretty happy. I had withdrawn a lot, though. I stayed in my room, watching TV and reading. I figured out of sight, out of mind. I thought if I avoided Joe, he wouldn't bother me. I shouldn't have continued this plan, but I was blinded with the happiness and peace that came with my brother's birth. It all started back one day, though. Joe had a toothache and was in a foul mood. He began yelling at my mom all day. My brother was teething and had been fussy, so Joe was extra grumpy, yelling at her to get the baby quiet. My mom called me to dinner, and I walked out of my room. I was walking slowly and quietly because I didn't want to make Joe any more upset. Well, I guess I went too slow and got in the way because he got mad, yelled, and threw the remote control and hit me on the side of the head and the eye. It was terrible. I was bleeding and bruised. My mom had finally had enough and left him with me and my brother. We went to my grandparents' house. They took pictures of my eye and called the police, but they wouldn't do anything. Social services investigated, but they didn't do anything either.
Hello.
We were happy at my grandparents' and safe, but Joe was very slick. He called my mom and said the right words, and after a while talked her into coming back with promises to be better. He actually was for a while, but then he went back to his old ways. He even tried to beat my brother.
Oh, hello.
I took a lot of beatings for him because I love him and wanted to protect him. It all came crashing down one December night when I was 9. My mom had forgotten to pay the phone bill, and the phone got turned off. She was at work, working a double, second and third shifts, and Joe was due to go into the same plant for his third shift in a different department. He was enraged when he found out the phone was off. He dragged me out of bed, and we drove up to the store just up the road from the house. He called my mom at work on the payphone. He was yelling and cussing at her about the phone bill. Then he said something that sent chills down my spine. He told her if she didn't get home in an hour, he would kill me. Oh my God. I was terrified. We went back to the house and I went to my room. Joe kept ranting and raving. I was so scared. He called me into the living room and attacked me. He was beating me with a belt all over. He grabbed me and threw me into a wall. He pulled the chin cabinet down on top of me. Then he grabbed a broom and continued to beat me. The beating kept up on and off for several hours. I was in pain and covered in bruises and blood. It was time for him to go to work. He got dressed to go and told me that if I went to school in the morning, he would beat me when I got home. I guess he knew with all of my wounds the school would do something. I was scared, but I needed help. I couldn't change out of my pajamas because I was hurt too much. Slowly limped away to my bus, stopped barefoot, and still in my Incredible Hulk pajamas. The bus driver pulled up, opened the door, and took one look at me and got me on the bus and immediately drove to school. Then everything moved so fast. Before I knew it, I was talking to social services and the police. They ended up taking me to my grandparents who got custody of me. I was happy to be with my grandparents, whom I love and am happy to be safe with, but I missed my mom and my brother. Strangely enough, the police never did anything to my stepfather. It was a different time, I guess.
No.
It was a few more years before my mom got the courage and left him, but she finally did. She ended up meeting a high school sweetheart, and she got remarried. Nice. She and my brother finally had a happy life like I did, and we were back in each other's lives. I found out later that my stepfather had been orphaned at a young age when he was 5, and when his parents and older sister died when his dad's small plane crashed. Oh my God. He was then raised by a very physically and mentally abusive aunt and uncle. It doesn't excuse what he did, but it explains it. I eventually ran into him on social media. I forgave him and let go of the anger and hurt I had been holding on to. He had gotten a lot of mental help and seemed to be doing good. I convinced my brother to talk to him because Joe was his biological dad, and Joe had found his mom's family and extended members of his dad's family, whom he lost touch with when his parents died. I told my brother that it would be good for him to meet some of his family from his father's side, as he had never met them. I don't know my dad at all and would have loved to have that connection. As Joe continued to change and work hard to be better, I strangely enough became his biggest cheerleader. He would come to me for advice or get me to meditate between him and my brother if they bumped heads, as their relationship tended to be rocky. My brother is like my mom. He holds on to grudges for a very long time. I don't know who I am like being willing to forgive and forget. I know some of you will think I am crazy for forgiving him and actually helping him, but it really brought me an inner peace, and also I took pity on him for what he had been through as a child. That kind of trauma could turn anyone into a monster, which is why I went to lots of therapy to help me get over mine. Interesting. Ultimately, your trauma is your trauma, and how the way that you recover from it is entirely up to you. So whatever feels best will end up feeling the best, but that's for you to find out. And if this is helping you, then that's good. You know, I obviously, if you have an abusive parent, it's like, it's not the most recommended thing to be consistently around them after the fact, that after someone is able to get help. But if you're able to get help and they're not currently doing that thing, being in contact with them is still somewhat fair. You know, it's like, whether or not they did that shit, they're still your parent. They don't deserve the title of being good parent or any of that, but they're still your parent.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something to be said about that. And there's something important about having that connection for yourself too.
Yeah. I just think, I don't know. But like, hold on. Me processing. POV processing, guys. I don't know. That was really interesting because I wasn't expecting him to like forgive or like be like still have like remaining communication, especially because it was a stepfather rather than like his biological dad and stuff.
Oh yeah, never mind.
So I was like, okay. I mean, not that like it makes that much of a difference, but like to each their own, obviously.
Not to invalidate your ideation of your personal family dynamic.
Mm-hmm. But like, yeah, I don't know. It's just like kind of interesting, but also it's like this man should be put in prison. Also, this man should also be this man should also be locked up.
All of what happened, he should be in prison. It's fair to want to stay in contact,
but he should be locked up.
Yeah, you can be in contact, but only locked up.
Because
he's a menace to society.
Yeah. Also, this says a lot about how, like, so like people just like, you can call the police and then they won't do anything about it. Like, hello.
Yeah. The fact that they weren't doing anything until they were like, oh no, there's bruises and blood on this kid going to school.
Who's limping, like,
barefoot, in pajamas still.
Like, when he was saying stuff like
he couldn't help.
Like, definitely could have helped earlier because he would literally be like, he would say something to people and then no one would take him seriously like that.
Thank God if the kid was still alive to be able to get the help in the first place, you know.
Because there's like if a kid tells you that, like, especially if you work in like the school, like, you are legally obligated to tell, like, tell, like, the police and stuff like that.
Absolutely obligated. It's your fault if you don't do that.
Yeah, like, that's like a legal obligation. So I'm like, and also the thing is too, like, I guess it was like a different time. Also, like, if it's in the 80s and stuff, but that still doesn't mean, to me, that doesn't mean anything still, because it's like, this is still all wrong. This was wrong today. This was wrong back in the 80s. Like,
yeah, just because like cultures were slightly different does not make it any less wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's not fun or interesting or cool to hurt kids.
Yeah,
let's put that out there.
Exactly.
And the last one. No, not last one. Well, maybe the last one. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I do have the last one. I have the link for the last one, but I also copied it because I was worried that it would disappear. So don't look into it and try to read it.
I'm not looking into it. I was looking at the time. I swear. I was looking over here. Okay. I was looking over here. I swear on my life.
So I didn't want it to be too dreary of a theme this time, so I brought us back to Am I the Asshole?
Because, guys, I was scared. Guys, I can't lie, I was a little scared. And also that last one, like, kind of left me, like...
It was like...
Wow, like, I hope you're, like, okay. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's good that you got away, though.
No, yeah, like, I mean... The one thing that they did right was relocate you and give your grandparents custody of you.
Yeah. It took them long enough, though.
No, yeah. But it goes back to the thing that I was saying. Like, it took way too long for them to actually do something. Like, what?
Is that really so hard?
No, especially because it's like, I know that kid had bruises and stuff on him all the time. It's not like it was just a one-time thing.
Enough, yeah. But this one, we're gonna bring up the mood a little bit. Am I the asshole? Yes. Let's see. Posted by hot-flan-8325. Okay. Am I the asshole for letting you know I am divorcing you by sending you a thread on the website that you use to ignore me? Okay, I'm going to read the update after. The update's on top, and I'm going to read it after.
Okay.
Hi, Stefan. Maybe you'll finally listen. And if you're wondering if you can just speed home and stop me from doing this and leaving, it's too late. I'm sending you this after I've already loaded everything in the car and left. Don't worry, I spoke with our landlords and took my name off the lease. I set up a direct deposit for the next month's rent. After that, you're on your own, buddy. I guess you're wondering why. I'm guessing you'll act like you're completely blindsided, right? Because you've done absolutely nothing wrong, and you're a great husband and father-to-be, aren't you? Well, buddy, let me break it down for you in a language you understand. I, 29F, have been married to my husband, 35M, for 5 years, and we've been together for nearly 10. On paper, everything seemed fine, but in reality, our marriage has been anything but. I've reached my breaking point, and I need to know if I'm the one in the wrong here. From the beginning, my, MIL, mother-in-law has been a nightmare. She made everything about her from day one. At our wedding, she wore white, claiming it was a family tradition. It wasn't.
Okay, weird.
She constantly criticizes me, from my cooking to my appearance. I'll never forget the time she called me fat at a family gathering right in front of everyone. And what did my husband do? Nothing. Not a single word to defend me. Mama's boy.
Bruh.
Mama's boy. I can tell you that right now.
Right now.
It didn't stop there. She has accidentally destroyed my belongings, including my grandmother's necklace, which she threw out because it looked like it quote unquote looked like cheap costume jewelry.
Bruh.
She's gone out of her way to make me feel small and unwelcome in my own home, but every time I tried to talk to my husband about it, he'd brush it off, saying I was overreacting or being too emotional.
Bro, what the hell?
And then there's my husband. He's always on Reddit, constantly giving strangers relationship advice, which is laughable considering how he treats me. He spends more time rating women's boobs on Reddit than talking to me. Literally. And, just so you know, the last pair he rated weren't a 4 out of 10. They were a 10 out of 10. Yeah, he's got plenty of time to do that, but can't be bothered to remember anything about my life. He'll forget my birthday, our anniversary, even simple things like what I'm working on, or what's important to me. But he has a perfect memory for his work schedule and things that matter to him. When we fight, he becomes incredibly hostile and always throws in a sarcastic buddy at the end of his sentences, like I'm some acquaintance he can barely tolerate. And he never cleans the house, the dishes, laundry, you name it. It's all on me. It's like he thinks being an adult is optional as long as he's got his job and his Reddit account. The final straw came a few weeks ago. I'm 5 months pregnant with our first child, a daughter. My mother-in-law started making comments about how she'll have to, quote-unquote, whip the girl into shape, and how she'll raise her to be, quote-unquote, tough because I'm, quote-unquote, too soft. When I told my husband that I didn't want his mother to have too much influence on our daughter, especially with the way she treats me, he just laughed it off, saying his mother, quote-unquote, means well, and that I was, quote-unquote, overthinking it. But the moment that truly broke me was when we were talking about future childcare and my husband suggested that his mother should watch our daughter while we work. I told him I wasn't comfortable with that, especially considering how his mother treats me, and he snapped. He called me paranoid and said I should get over it because his mother was going to be a big part of our daughter's life, whether I liked it or not.
Bruh.
This is the same woman who believes corporal punishment is okay. I've seen her hit my husband's nephew for the smallest things, and no one does anything about it. It's like they're all living in some kind of cult, and I'm finally waking up to the reality of what's going on. If he wouldn't stand up for me, how could I expect him to stand up for our child? I started to fear for what kind of environment our daughter would grow up in. A place where she might be belittled or bullied by her own grandmother, with a father who wouldn't do anything to stop it. Oh, and did I mention that he missed our first ultrasound? His mother, quote unquote, needed him to help her with something urgent.
Bro.
It turned out to be fixing her Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi. He chose that over seeing our daughter for the first time. That told me everything I needed to know about where I stand in his life. So I packed up and left. I'm done living like this. Oh, and in case you're wondering, I've already contacted a lawyer. You can't scare me into complying anymore because I have all those texts. You know exactly which ones I'm talking about. So, Stefan, I wish you all the best in your future marriage with your mother and the women of Reddit whose boobs you don't even deserve.
Real.
Am I the asshole for leaving my husband after he neglected me for years, let his mother mistreat me, and made me fear for our future daughter's safety?
No.
Simple answer.
No.
Holy
What's
shit. That was deep as fuck. Okay, we're going to read the update right now. Oh. Tiny update. Stefan has seen this post. He is mad that apparently one of you found him based on the rate my boobs thing. He has deleted his account. For any purposes, I want to clarify that I left out any actual incriminating information that could lead to doxing him. Any and all people who are pretending to know me or have any incriminating information about me are lying. I am not from South Carolina. I am not moving in with another guy. And I am also not sleeping around. Damn.
Real.
Stefan saw this shit?
No, for real. Like, that's crazy.
Let's read. Stefan. Okay, this was posted by Nosferatufe. Okay.
Yes.
Stefan, buddy, please reply and tell us how much a good boy you are. Mommy will be so proud. Someone said, my mom was right about you. She told me you weren't worthy of me and you'd pull something like this.
No, literally.
Census Speed said 10 out of 10 OP. I wish you well in your new life. I agree.
Right.
Strong_arm 8734 says, not the asshole. I hope Stefan and mommy wife are eternally trapped with each other. She failed raising her son into a complete autonomous human and would have tried to damage your daughter. He would have let her do that too. I think, and then OK_snow_5320 says, I think in her eyes, she raised him perfectly to be her baby/husband forever. Now she can have him forever. Sounds like they deserve each other. Real.
No, yeah.
Sudden-magazine-4848 says, not the asshole. Question for Stefan. Do you scroll through Reddit comparing boobs to your mom's while she's breastfeeding you?
LOL.
Yeah, get him up.
Get him.
Get his ass.
Get him, though.
Get his ass.
Get him.
Yeah.
That's like, the thing is, it's like, that's a, what's his name? Freud. He's never wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate when he's right.
This also kind of goes hard. This shit goes hard. Like telling someone that you're going to be divorcing them over Reddit because you know that that's where they are rating other people's boobs.
That's crazy.
Like, that's crazy. You're kind of epic for this. The fact that you left this up and that your account's still there, dude, you're crazy.
No, yeah.
In a good way.
Serve, though. You, served.
Like,
she served. Good for her.
You deserved to
Proud
be
of
able
her.
to do this, and we're proud of you. We're happy for you. This is amazing. Thank you for sharing this with us. Like, thank you for sharing this story and documenting it.
No, yeah, bro. Just needs to get married to his fucking mom.
No, seriously. Okay, it's one thing to be a mommy's boy, like, in the sense where it's like, you're just a mommy's boy. That's usually fine. But when you're, like, a mommy's boy, like that, ooh.
That's, never good.
Let's fall in love with people that aren't our parents. Like, it's okay to love your parents, but not like that, guys.
Not like that.
Let's reorganize our priorities.
Some people are just you would smash your parents, and that's scary.
And you know what? They can stay away from me. No, yeah.
They
can stay away from me.
Keep that away from me. I don't want that energy.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I don't want that energy. I don't want that near me. Ooh. Ew, that's so stinky. That's so weird.
No, it's so like gross too. It's just like, ew, why? Like, for what? What are we doing this for? I don't know. It's just like I don't understand it. I don't understand it because I know she like that commenter was saying like, she like definitely thinks that she raised him perfectly.
Yeah.
But you haven't taught him how to be independent from you.
Mm-mm.
So he's like not his own person.
She's a weirdo. She's a freak. And he's a weirdo and a freak too. Especially for being like a bystander in all of this.
I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here?
But that's all I have.
I don't belong here.
But that's all I have.
Okay. Dang.
Yeah.
Okay, at least we ended off on that. Because I was getting really scared.
Did you want it to be something scarier? I can find something scarier.
Oh, guys,
Let's look at something scary. We'll look at something scary so that Ronnie gets scared.
No, guys, I'm really scared. Oh. No, I don't like her. Oh, I don't like her.
There she is.
I don't like her, guys. He's showing
There
the
she
nun.
is.
Guys, he's showing the nun. Oh,
There she is.
I don't like her. I don't like that picture. I don't like that picture. I don't like that picture.
This one?
Oh, I don't like that. Guys, Brandon is really scaring me, and I'm like,
I'm
terrified.
I'm choosing different pictures.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Oh, Origin forward.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
This one either. This is what I imagine would happen at school for you, going to Catholic school. Oh, what about this one?
Nope.
This one?
Nope.
Yeah.
He just like looked up the nun.
I looked up the nun
on Google Images, and then he's just showing.
There she is.
He's showing pictures of her with her mouth like bloody, and her.
And she's like, rah.
Yeah, and she's like, rah, and
She's going, rah, rah.
I don't like her.
I don't think most people like her.
Oh,
Oh, she's looking. She's looking.
got that. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Makeup,
looking.
kind of. Oh,
Makeup on set.
oh, I don't like that. I don't like it. Oh,
There she is.
Literally get her away.
She's trying to. She's giving confession. She's doing confession. Look, she's about. Are you gonna confess to her?
I was about to recite the act of contrition, but then I forgot it.
Oh,
Oh,
it's just Meryl Streep. Like
that is quite literally.
you're like, don't say that about Meryl Streep like that. Like that is mean. Do not do Meryl Streep like that.
Wait,
guys.
hold on. Why'd they put Facetune on her face?
Why'd they put Facetune on her face?
Why'd they put Facetune on the nun?
Why they got Facetune on the nun?
Ew, stop.
Why they got Facetune on the nun?
I'm like afraid that if you click a link, you're gonna get like haunted.
Why they got Facetune on the nun? Anyways, yeah. But I looked up those pictures just to make it extra scary so we can end on a scary note. Just for Ronnie, though, mostly.
Guys, I was messed up that you did that. Leave a comment down below if you think that was messed up that he did that.
Speaking of leaving a comment, don't forget to like and subscribe. And yes, do leave a comment on YouTube and also Spotify. And I don't know if you can do that on Apple. I still need to check if you can do that on Apple, but we'll figure it out. Anyways, you can follow me at Brandon._.amore. That is Brandon._.amore on TikTok, on Instagram. You can also find me on YouTube here at Brandon Amore. It's easier to find me by looking up what's down here, rambling about things I read on Reddit, and then type Brandon Amore afterwards. It should come up. You can find us on so many different platforms. The so many different platforms really just means Spotify for podcasts, Apple for podcasts, and YouTube as well. That's all of my tags that I can think of, and now it's Ronnie's turn.
You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Ronnie Red, RONNII Red. Yeah, that's all I say.
Yeah. This was my cute little cup. My little container for my little drink. My twisted tea. So, showing this to you. For all of our viewers that are potentially under the age of 21, do not drink anything with alcohol in it if you are under the age of 21.
Don't do that.
Specifically in the U.S., because if you're in a country where it's legal to do it below the age of 21, then that's fine too. Just make sure that you are doing it specifically within your country's regulations. But for the sake of U.S.
For the sake of being in the U.S.
do not drink unless you're.
But if you're 21 and up, drink responsibly.
Yeah, very responsibly.
Very.
Ubers are cheaper than a hospital visit. Speaking of which, let's get into the don't forgets of today. Here are my don't forgets of the day. If you don't have Pedialyte for when you have a hangover, if you have pickles, take some shots of pickle juice. No actual shots otherwise, just pickle juice. That helps to give you a boost in electrolytes and help you absorb more of the hydration. You can also just have a whole pickle for funsies if you like pickles too. If you don't like pickles, that sucks for you. You should have bought Pedialyte to get ready for this.
I wonder if you can ask bars if you can, like, cause you know, like when like I'll take a shot. Oh, you know when like we'll take shots at the bar and I'll be like, oh, can I get a chaser? And they'll be like, what do you want? Whatever.
Yeah.
I wonder if you ask if they have pickle juice, because I know not every bar would have it, but I wonder if most do.
I wouldn't be surprised if they had pickle juice. I feel like a lot of bars would have pickles.
Because I feel like picklebacks are like a common, like...
And if people are ordering martinis,
thing.
they're also going to have olives, so they'll at least have like juice for something that's pickled.
Yeah.
And olive juice could work too. I'm not sure how much I would like it, but I feel like olive juice would work.
Pickle juice works perfectly. Like,
yeah.
Because I would take, especially, like, okay, hold on, real quick. When I said, like, my sister would offer me, like, a shot of Jameson, and then we would take pickle juice after that, like, as a chaser or whatever. That's a pickleback shot. I did not taste the Jameson at all. Like, literally at all. It was insane. I was like, what kind of sorcery is this? I didn't know this was a thing, and it was honestly amusing. I have a video of it, but I have to find it somewhere.
Yeah. So, basically, do that if you want a good chaser that helps, and also helps helps you swallow something that you don't want to, and then also helps you stay hydrated.
Thank us later.
Don't forget to drink your water every day. Don't forget to also make sure to reasonably clean your car. Always be rational. Always be rational. If you don't already play Dress to Impress, play Dress to Impress. If you don't already play Fortnite, play Fortnite.
We've been on a Fortnite kick right now.
We're really on a Fortnite kick right now. Everyone needs to get into Fortnite so then you can play against us and more than likely beat us, but we will still play against you no matter what. Get into Fortnite. It's free. It doesn't hurt to. If you want the extra cool stuff, you do have to pay, but to play normally, you don't have to pay at all. So
yeah.
Do that. Don't forget to hang out with your friends and just have a good time. Get good snacks. Get those nerds clusters for your hangouts.
They're always so good.
Don't fucking kick Dollar Tree food. People are fucking assholes. Except you don't have to get their fucking non-refrigerated milk. That really scared me. But don't kick Dollar Tree food. They have good food. They have good snacks, and they have brand name food and snacks. The worst that could happen is that like it's going to be like potentially expired, but you just have to read the labels. And then if you're really so worried, also just read the ingredients and the like nutrition labels. Like you're gonna be fine, guys. Like they're selling it there for a reason. Yeah. They have good snacks there, and also a bag of chips nowadays is like $7-8.
Ridiculous.
So yeah. I'm gonna go to Dollar Tree if I want little chippy snacks and candies. They also have better Mexican candies and a lot of for the most part in a lot of ways. But yeah.
But yeah.
That's really it. That's all that I have. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We love you. We love hanging out. We love talking about stuff. I want to finish this sooner rather than later because I really want to play Fortnite.
Real.
Yeah, so we're going to play Fortnite. You guys can do whatever you want. You can also play Fortnite too, or play Sky Children of the Light. Listen to Aurora's music. Listen to my music. You're listening to it right now probably because I'm doing the closeout stuff. So much stuff is going on in terms of these emoji things, the expression things. But that's it. Later. Love you. Bye. Good night. Hugs. Kisses. If you didn't enjoy this, why did you listen this long? Just go somewhere else. That's okay. Good night.
Hugs, good night. Kisses. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.